Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our session on WICCI Water Resource Council. And welcome to all the women who have joined here and other guests who have come here to listen and to us and meet and greet all the wonderful women water leaders. So what we are going to today is introduce each other, because we are new council members. We need to know each other first before we even think about working together and doing a lot of other activities together. So it's a very candid session, I will say, not really that there will be a set rule, but of course there are a few things which I need to mention to all of you, because there are a lot of members who are still to know each other. We will try to be fair with all of you and do the meeting and greeting in a little bit more disciplined manner so that we can hear each one of you. So as you know that WICCI stands for Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So I'm going to do a short playing of PowerPoint, and then I'm introducing all of you one by one, and those who are present here can please unmute themselves and speak about a little bit what you do around water activities. So Megha, please allow me to share. Okay, let's see. Do you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. You see the screen, but I can't play it now, which is very strange. I'm getting too many this setup slideshow. Okay. Is it in the slideshow mode?
I think we can see that you're trying to put it on the slideshow. Yes, now we can see it.
Now? Okay. Okay. So
yes.
Once again, welcome to the meeting and greeting of council members to the WICCI Water Resource Council on 22-24. And we started this process actually way back in December, and then somehow by April we were able to set the first round of members. We are still going ahead with looking for more members, and I'm going to show you the map where we are located as of now. So as I was mentioning, the Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, there are many councils, and Water Resource Council is one of them. So I will encourage you to please go through the website and look at other councils and try to interact with them as well. It's a huge network supported by other important women's network like All India, All Ladies League, Women Economic Forum, She Economy, and other things, even like 100 Women and other associations. So please go through it and see where you can also fit in and become part of those networks as well. There are many countries which are represented by this women's network. You can also find that in the website. It is important that I inform you about Dr. Neer-aur-Naari Abhiyan, who is the advisor as well as founder WICCI, the whole setup within which there are many councils. And she has sent a very interesting message for all of you, which we would like to play for you. So please bear with me. I'm going to change the window again. Or Megha, will you play that? So Harbin is also founder of Bio Ayurveda, apart from she's Chancellor for Rai University and among selected among the 100 reputable persons on earth. She's a thought leader, very nice person to reach out to and talk about your ideas and visions. And this is how we also came together for the WICCI. So I will play a short message which she has shared for all of you to be played today. Do you want to try, Megha, or I should try?
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, please tell me if you hear the voice. Do you hear the voice?
No. We don't.
We don't.
No, it's not audible.
Okay, let me just play it again, and I will also play the voice. Okay, it should play. Do you hear?
No, Mansi, audio is still not there.
No, you don't hear. Okay, so maybe we will play it later on once someone tells me how to play that, because I'm trying to put the audio on. Does anyone know how to put the audio on? Enable audio?
I think you should download it and then from your screen.
I think it will happen.
Resource.
Do you hear now?
Hello, soul sisters. I'm Harbeen and sending you
Yes,
my
yes, we can hear you.
regards and congratulations
We can hear now.
on the wonderful introductory meet and greet for the Water Resources Council at the Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, WICCI. Water is life, water is integral to life, and it is what also connects all of humanity and all of life to itself. We all may be eating different foods, but all plants, all animals, human beings, everyone drinks the same water to sustain and survive. So water, what you're working on is absolutely critical. Just like we breathe, we need water. And it is a topic that requires much attention. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you to bringing this topic to the attention of the mainstream, of every family, of every household, and bringing balance to our planet and bringing balance to our lives. Thank you.
Okay, I will go to our presentation and continue there. Okay, then let me just start talking about the Water Resource Council. I assume you are seeing my screen of PowerPoint.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so Water Resource Council was formed in 2020, and with an idea that we will bring together women water leaders from various fields which are allied to water, like sanitation, education, pollution, waste, marine biodiversity, health, and many more. You can think of it, and you will also know that your fields are also allied to water conservation and management. So I would also like to now introduce you to Dr. Bhakti Devi, who actually formed this council, and she also has a message for you. Currently, she is a professor at Rishihood University, and she is founder, president of Water Resource Council, as I mentioned, apart from her own organization, which is Jal Smriti, and she is also well known as Urban Water Doctor. So let me also play her video, and then we can reach to all of you. Okay, just give me a moment. I will also play her video. Sorry, we are not so technically organized, so we have to do this one by one, and we could not put it together as one presentation. Do you hear it? Can you hear the sound?
Can you play again?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. I'm here.
Yes?
Yes, yes, it's so.
Okay.
Namaste. Good evening, ladies. I'm calling from Hyderabad. I can't be with you all. I'm here at this Wash Innovation Hub where I'm exhibiting and showcasing the Jal Smriti Water Scorecard tools. But I want to wish you a very good meeting today evening, and collection of women that Mansi has brought together looks fantastic. Feels very empowering to see the collection. And I just want to remind you that it is WICCI Water Resources Council is a fantastic platform that we must commit to actively participate in it, so that our collective voices of women water leaders becomes known and is contributing to the various discussions and debates that we need to have in water. So please, make the most of it. It's going to benefit you as a water professional as well as the water sector. And I think I'm committed to, just like Mansi is, I'm sure that we would be also happy to provide you any support that you need in order to, nurture your leadership so that we do really want more of these voices. So I'm really looking forward to a very good, meaningful new year for WICCI Water Resources Council, and I wish us all the best, and hope you have a great meeting.
Okay, we return to our own conversation now. So Bhakti started this council, and many of you who are in the present council were also in the past council, and so you know her. And she will be also helping us do some leadership training program in future as well. So that brings us to our team right now. We have actually received nearly 60 nomination forms. We could only include people who are having full form completed and also allied fields which we could relate to water. So welcome to all of you in this new council. And I see I am missing from the council in this picture. So yes, where I am. I have to find myself in the council. Okay, here I am. Okay, sorry. So what we are going to do now, is there anyone who is saying something? Anyone who wants to say something?
No
Okay.
one.
Okay, yes. So we right now have 41 people, including me and Bhakti as an advisor, founder advisor. And we also have 15 people for the round 2 to be included. And we are just trying to complete their applications with those people. So this is how the footprint as of now, the water footprint as of now looks like today with these 41 people. That is actually water leadership footprint. So you will also see that there are many parts of the country where we really have to find out leaders who are already working on the ground. So we are considering you already to be leaders who are there working on the ground, and I'm sure you will have networks. So please try to bring them on board so that together we become stronger. So we are intended to actually complete representation from at least all states in the country. Right now we are short of 8 states at least. So it's important that we know and let others know our work. That is very important, because the way we have looked at water is importantly, those who carry water knows the value of the water. And unfortunately, all the time, the woman is placed in that picture. Until recently, I found some pictures where men are also placed. But what is more important is in the rising water distress, we cannot just sit idle as women. And when I'm saying idle, I mean in the leadership position. You all are doing wonderful work, but working in solos and in silos is not really bringing mega change. And importantly, in the leadership where decisions are made, and then many of us are actually struggling to just do things to patch up the crisis which happens. So if we can come together, it also becomes a voice. And we can also take up the positions to have right decisions in first place, rather than patching up the mistakes which are already done in the water sector. You will be surprised to know there is only 1 woman per 5 women in the world who works in water sector. So that already gives us a kind of a picture where we can really play a good role to bring more water, and practitioners on board with us and become a collective strength, apart from doing our individual contributions in the field. So an important aspect of WICCI is actually building this women's network and make use of the platform which is already acknowledged in the country as a community or association, you can say. So what prima facie, we are considering you as the leader. You are already working in your field. And as I mentioned, what is important now is to bring us together in this sisterhood mode and learning sharing, and encourage each other and promote each other, which is actually a gap which has been identified for a long time in the water sector, that people are doing good works. Now they need to be amplified. So this will be an important aspect of WICCI Water Resource Council, where your work which you are doing will be amplified as council members. But it is also important that you come together. You can form groups inside and really start talking about policies. You can talk about critical issues and even gender issues, gender inclusion in different platforms and all. It is not necessary that we all have to work together in every project. It can be few of you who know each other, or you can form a new team. We have people from academics to legal to student youth to people from grassroots to people from research, entrepreneurship, all kinds of things. You are already shared the roles and responsibilities, but just to brief you out quickly, you can develop your own team. You can expand your council members in the state and in the city and keep adding to the group. I will share towards the end what my plans are, but similarly, you have to plan your own. You will receive an invitation from the WICCI office if you have not yet. Some of you have received. And there will be e-stationery provided to you to use that as your position holder. So make use of it. It also includes a draft MOU, which you can use to really get in an engagement with any organization. You can very well go to big organizations, government organizations, corporates, and make use of your position. And we are always there to help you out in that. So please go through the roles and responsibilities again in the website. It is written at length. I've just put it in points here. Definitely, I have benefited, I can say in last 2 years being part of the WICCI Water Resource Council as a national vice president. And I'm assuming you can also make use of this position to really not only upscale your work, but also expand across these sisterhood amongst each other. So if you have projects in other place, you need partners or you need people to be really taking care of it on ground there, you can always reach us. If you want to write something, you can always reach us. So use it as a big opportunity to even make your work shareable to others. So many people sometimes have this, so I don't want to promote myself. So it's not about promoting yourself. As Bhakti rightly said, it is a cause for the water sector. So we are talking about making this social change through this social capital of strong women leaders. What I'm going to do now, that you are going to introduce to each other. I took some time as I was anticipating, and we will start with the youth brigade because we have some youth people who are going to actually help us mobilize, and we will work according to their schedule and they will help us do things. So I will start with, Megha Gupta, and Megha, floor is yours and time is also yours. Less than 2 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mansi ma'am, for that brief introduction of what the WICCI gives us the opportunity for. And I take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Megha, and I have a background in architecture and planning, and I've been that's why I got interested in knowing the interface of urban lakes and planning, and that's my interest in water. Then it started from there. I've been working on water and research around it since last 4 years, along with Mansi ma'am. I've presented a few papers in some international organizations and have some chapters published. Currently, I've been working on Wednesdays for Water, which some of you might know. It's a webinar series that we've been, so I've been running with Mansi ma'am and along a few other members since over a year now, and definitely we'll be continuing with it and adding a few more activities in that. So I'm privileged to be appointed as the international youth representative as I'm based in UK. So I look forward to get more engagements from the UK to this council, and will hopefully expand the effort that we all are putting together. Thank you.
Thanks, Megha. For all of you to know, Megha becomes the first point of contact for most of the work which has been done so far, including this presentation which I am making today. So I also wish to thank Megha for all the support she has provided. So she's also keen to learn about water leaders and also keen to take up her PhD. So thank you, Megha, once again in front of all of us, because people should know who is working behind for all this work which I am presenting to everyone around. So thanks a lot. So we go to Vandana. If you are around, can you please unmute yourself and introduce briefly?
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay. So greetings to everyone, and this is our first meeting, and I so look forward to contributing to this group. In terms of my experience, I have interest in working for solid waste management, and I have professionally dealt with it for almost good 6 to 7 years. I've done some research work as well. The recent developed interest in CSR is something that I wish to leverage and contribute to this particular group as well. Another thing that being an academician comes to you as an added value is, pursuing research work. Therefore, I look forward to building and leveraging the network to produce some knowledge products which can be fruitful for many other young participants and those who are looking or aspiring to join the water sector. So I really look forward to working and collaborating with each one of you. Hopefully, we will come out with some interesting knowledge products. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Vandana. Vandana will be initiating a project very soon with all of us and working with me, and where your work will be documented. I just read in the chat box that Snehal has to go. So Snehal, if you are around, you are anyway first after the youth, but I would like to take you first if you are still around. Snehal, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, but in a very,
Yes.
I must say, crowded place in here.
Go
in
ahead,
airport.
we hear you.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
hear you,
yeah.
and
Thank
we
you
love
so
to
much
hear
for
you.
yeah. Thank you so much for bringing all of us together. And I'm looking forward to working with all of y'all. And very young group is here, and women, when they are very close to my heart, and when women come to the water sector, I really love that. And our enthusiasm, our energy, and our all this work will be definitely recognized by all, because today very few, let me tell you all, very few, as Mansi very well put it up, that very few people are in water, and then we are also very very important work we are doing, and our work will be definitely recognized, and it's really very, very important. Let me tell you that today I was in Chhattisgarh, in Raipur area, and if you will come to the field and see the kind of rivers, the water bodies, and the kind of ignorance, ignorance by the government, and then leaving it on the local governance to work, and the way things are going haywire, it's really very, very painful. And I'm sure with all of our efforts that we will be working together. And I would like to invite you all, like on 18th to 20th. Actually, I'm a person who always love to keep the, do the solutions as fast as possible. So I have arranged from 18th to 20th a convention at Raipur itself, where CM and others will be invited, because there was an Indravati Parishad which was formed, but then Pradhikaran was formed, but that has not been functional. So to make it faster, this functional Indravati and this Mahanadi issue has to be resolved at a very fast pace, that this has been organized, and very soon I'll be sharing the invitation also with y'all. So these are the few important things, like and this was like I had come for a visit on NAC. I'm a NAC, the ranking of the higher education institutions take place, but along with that I ensure that before I leave that place I visit some river or some water bodies, or say forest area, tribal issues, and all these things I try to do. I'm thankful that a few people among us are solutionaries also. Preeti Rao is there, whose solutions I try to promote everywhere, wherever I go, because it's really a very good, effective a solution which can be very spontaneously, instantly, we can provide it in different places. So whosoever work I know, I try to take it across the country, as well as a World Water Council member. Whenever I go for any general body meeting or any kind of conference, or training programs and all, I try to speak about whatever the work it is happening. Probably we are not in touch day-to-day wise, because I will tell you, it's a super busy period for me. Like now also I'm going to Kochi for a meeting where we are going to talk about how to save these Western Ghats, because they are the main resource of water. So on that, and Madhav Gadgilji and other team members of his, they are going to be here, and his report and Kasturi Rangan's report is going to be deliberated, and that's how we are trying to work. And I'm sure further also we'll get to speak. Thank you so much, Mansi, for bringing me here and to be with you all, and we will be keeping in touch. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Snehal. We love you very much, and that's why you are National Community Leader Council, huh? Because you love to be on the ground all the time. You're just walking all the time. Thanks a lot. She will represent as a community head for the national activities. So we are very proud of you, Snehal. I will return to the youth cadets first, because I love to start with the youth members always, because they need to be encouraged and they should know where they are sitting with all of us. So we return to Kruti. Are you around? If you may introduce yourself, unmute yourself and introduce, please. Kruti, are you there? I didn't see actually. Okay.
No, I don't think she's there.
Okay. Kalpana, please unmute yourself and introduce.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Kalpana Patel, and I am currently pursuing my MSc in Water Science and Governance from Delhi University in Delhi. I have interest in GIS, irrigation, and multiple water projects. I'm also working in the sector of water audits. I am also right now engaged with Nestle, which is working in the greenhouse gas emission reduction strategy designing, and how the water can be used efficiently in the chicory plantation. And I've done my bachelor's from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, and I drew my inspiration and drive towards working in the water sector when I was associated with Medha Patkar and Dr. Rajendra Prasad, where he was dealing with a lot of the Marathwada regions and the issues that they face because of the water crisis. And right now I'm looking forward to finish my degree in water sector and looking forward to work in the water sector from there on under the guidance of many people like Mansi ma'am. So looking forward to work with everybody here. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thanks, Kalpana. So Kalpana is our youth cadet, I will say, or a warrior, as you heard her. And she will also help us do the outreach for all of us. So not only WICCI as a, let me say, Water Resource Council center from my end and Megha's end, but she will, if you provide us information, she is also going to handle the social media aspects of the WICCI, as well as help us do the basic writings and things like that. If you are publishing anything, she can be helpful to you. Okay. So we move further. Kruti is not there, so we will bring her later. Snehal is okay. Anindita, I'm just saying names. I'm not putting the whole formal thing. Please introduce yourself, because it's a sisterhood session. So I'm just keeping it easy. Are you around, Anindita, still?
Yeah. Yes, I'm there. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, you are audible. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mansi. Good evening, everybody. It's an honor to be part of this great gathering, because I can see very well that as a lawyer, we hardly interact with policy people, and as if we know everything. But I find that we have got scientists, researchers, teachers, policy experts, people working on the ground. So I'm definitely going to find it very, very exciting and going to learn and work with all of you. And so far as my water sector intervention is concerned, currently I'm part of the legal team representing state of Odisha in the Mahanadi water disputes. And besides other litigations relating to environmental cases that we routinely do. I have been practicing for the last so many years. I'm into legal field for the last 22 years. Have done teaching, policy, consultancy, practice, all of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a great tenure where actually as lawyers, we can interact more with you and how I can help all of you in understanding the law better. Thank you.
Thanks, Anindita. It is really great honor to have you here with us, because if we really want to go to some route where legal help is required, I need some advice how to set up things, how to do things, or not do things, so that we can safeguard our, our identity as a leader, and we will really require you. And that is why, team, you must know that she is also the national head for the legal part of our Water Resource Council. So welcome on board, and we are very, very excited and proud to have you here. So she's also representing, by the way, cases in Supreme Court. So for all of you to know, so you can start thinking how to really work on rights of rivers, lakes, rights of water, rights of vulnerable community, and even rights of women for that matter. So thanks a lot, Anindita. I was very excited when your nomination came in. To be honest.
In fact, the 3-4 things that really excites me is that I've got natural flow. So be it the constitution, be it women, be it children or water. So I think when all this came up, I was just too excited to somehow accept. And yeah, so non-litigation based interventions also, that's something that we can look forward to and interact, because that's very important.
Yeah, thank you so much. We will get to know more about each other in our detailed sessions later on. We move on to the next person, another vibrant and a very close friend. Sonia, are you around? Sonia? I saw you.
Yes. I'm absolutely here. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, I just put on my audio and my video. I don't know whether I'm visible or not, but yeah, Mansi, firstly, thank you so much. And firstly, Mansi, a big thank you to you for getting us all together. I really hope that all of us can do justice to this great effort and get together and do some work. So very quickly, I'm a professor in architecture at Amity School of Architecture and Planning, Kolkata. And my interest in water issues has been for a very long time, especially in decentralized water supply and water treatment systems. And I have been trying to spread awareness as much as possible. And I got lucky a few years ago. I got a Japan Water Forum funding to do a small rainwater harvesting project, which I did successfully under the aegis of another organization I'm part of, the Center for Built Environment. It was successfully done. It was in a very water-starved, very urban area of Kolkata. And that has been not only a game changer for the locality, but the most wonderful thing is the empowerment that I have been a very small keg in trying to empower other people. After the project was done, the pilot project, people in the community around the place have got enthused to try this very simple technique of rainwater harvesting and meeting their water woes. So, you know, when we have floods, which is quite frequent here, it was wonderful how a large part of the community could take shelter in this school where we did the pilot project. Not only were they saved from the flood, they had drinking water right through. So that was an absolute blessing, I think. And from then on, I have been trying to spread mostly awareness. And of course, since I'm dealing with students all the time. So yes, we are trying to bring this one project that we have, hasn't materialized just yet, but it's a very big decentralized water system, fish, pisciculture-based water treatment system, which throws completely out the treated water, which is good potable water. So we were thinking of ways of tapping into that and getting the students on board for a project. So I'll be looking forward to taking advice from all of you and going forward with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia. And Sonia will be our national head for education. As you heard her, that she's dealing with students all the time. So anything you want to organize and need some assistance, Sonia will be there to help us all. Okay, so we will move on. Yeah, thank you so much. We move to Fozia. Are you there?
I don't think she's there, ma'am.
Okay, she's not around. We will have one more round of these meetings because I see many people are not around, but because it's a formal event, we will move further. So Fozia is actually going to be our national head for policy field, and we will hear from her later on. She's also professor at Delhi School of Advanced Studies. Swayam Prabha, I saw you logged in. Are you around? Please unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi. Good evening, everyone. And I'm really, it's a privilege and an honor to be with you all in such an August gathering. My work area has been more into program development and policies, and I've been working on water from more of the gender perspective. How do we bring in the women voices to the forefront? One of the projects that I did was essentially recognizing 41 women water champions from the grassroots with National Water Mission and CV and UNDP together. So I take that work forward on gender and how we can build a cadre of women who can be trained and who can be empowered enough to be talking about water and be water leaders in their own right. So that is where I come from. My strengths are essentially on program management and also outreach. And how do you connect the dots? How do you bring in the private sector? How do you bring in the government? How do you bring in the various NGOs and actors onto one table? So I'm here to help you to join those dots here. Thank you, Mansi.
Thank you, Swam Prabha. We have loads of work already made for you, prepared, that you have to just now do it, because we are intending to do the round 2 of the work which you have already done on the 41 women leaders, because now this council will be the new documentation where we have already done the groundwork, and now we are going to come to you to take it up and really do it on in real. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to present that today very briefly in 2 slides. Mriganka, if you are around, please unmute yourself. Megha, can you see?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Mansi. And it's lovely to be here. Really excited to be working with all of you. I'm Mriganka Saxena. I'm an urban strategist and an urban policy specialist, working primarily in the domains of water, transit-oriented development, and urban mobility. Over the last sort of decade, my expertise has really been in creating enabling ecosystems, and systems are based on administrative frameworks for implementing large-scale urban initiatives. And in the water domain, I did this for the Delhi Jal Board a few years ago, where I was leading all drains and water bodies in the city. And so what we do is I put out the approach, the methodology, the enabling frameworks, including SOPs, etc. And then the project starts getting rolled out. So figuring out the entire sort of ecosystem, the various cogs in the wheel, and how that rolled out, particularly working in the sector where these things get on ground. So the approach was lauded by NGT as well. And I think those are the SOPs I'd shared on the group for water and water body and drain restoration projects. So the work like that, particularly for WICCI, what I'm interested on is the more recent work that I've been doing, which is creating an enabling framework for integrated urban water management in Indian cities. And this is like a personal sort of mission right now for me, and it'd be really great to work with across cities. It is a 9-point statutory, administrative, and institutional framework which works across scales, national, state, and city, with the idea being how can we bring about tweaks in existing policy regimes, existing institutional structures, to make sure that we gradually move towards urban water sustainability. And so it would, it varies from inclusions in the national water policy, it's establishing the right institutional structure within the state water departments at the city level, etc., to make sure eventually start getting water master plans across all our Indian cities. So it would be great to collaborate with all of you on this and try and push this agenda forward. I think it's critical if we have to move towards urban water sustainability. Really looking forward to working with all of you on this. I'll stop here. Thanks.
Thank you, Mriganka. We have to be a bit, time constraining, because I assume we all understand that. So I'm sorry that I'm putting all of you in this pressure of finishing in 2 minutes, but because we want to introduce each one of us.
Of course.
Mriganka is therefore going to help us, and also the national head for planning. We are really looking forward to working with you. Thanks, Mriganka, for joining the team here. We move on to the next person, and yes, another, I'm saying dear friends to few people because I know them before, but eventually all of you become dear friends. So please pardon me for that. So another dear friend, Lubna, if you are around, we know each other for a long time now. So please introduce yourself. Lubna, are you around? Because I know you had some big on-ground fightings and, going around some things. Lubna, can you check Megha if she's around?
So am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah.
Lubna, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So hello, thanks Mansi, and also greetings of peace and warm greetings to all the co-WICCI members or WRC members. Here my inspiration was just that we started working on water bodies because in cities we are seeing that water bodies are facing multi-attacks of encroachment and then pollution, and then the holding capacity getting shrinking by the day. So the shrinking and stinking lakes actually propelled us Basically, I am an doctorate in economics. But how I ended up into environment is because we all see the deep link between environment and economics, and also the scope of our work that we are trying to do here is right from reaching out to masses through the press, through meetings, through talking. We arrange even talks between politicians, press and public. And apart from that, we also there are numerous cases of ours in all platforms like High Court, Lokaayukta, Human Rights Commission, Supreme Court, NGT. Everything on water bodies and environment. So so much of efforts is actually not yielding anything, I would say. It's going from bad to worse. And the worst thing that we heard today is that in Orissa, more than 1 lakh trees are going to be felled down because the forest area is being taken away for the mining of the coal. So look at the tragedy. It's a suicide. It's a suicide of India. It's suicide of us all. So government of Telangana, government of India, and Singareni collieries, they have all the trio are going to do this in Orissa. And so this is where now I think Water Resources Council has a huge role to play there, because we all know that the forest and everything, these are all very much interconnected. So that's how we all together, I think it's a great group that is there, and I'm looking forward to have more and more support from the group to handle all this. And I think we should be successful because we are facing an existential threat. Thank you, Mansi, and everybody.
Thanks, Lubna. Lubna is hardcore, grounded, and I think by now you can be also called PIL specialist, if I am not mistaking myself. But importantly, she dares to take things on the ground and on her hands and really go for becoming voice of many lakes in the state. So she will represent Telangana as president, and we will go further now. Later on, we can learn more about her work, and you are seeing it also on the group, how active she is.
Thank you.
Okay. Shelly, are you around? Shelly?
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Very good evening. Thank you all for this wonderful initiative. I think most of us have been working in our cocoons in a very isolated manner. I think through this, it's the synergy of bringing everybody together. I think we'll be able to achieve a lot more than what we are doing now. With that said, hello all, I'm Shaili. I have a master's degree in environmental science and technology, and also pursuing my PhD. I've had this experience of working in very great organizations over the years. I have kind of 10 years experience more than 11 years of experience working in WASH area. So I've been into capacity building, action research, project implementation, and a lot of things. Currently, I'm supporting the states of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka in the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission, and also also supporting Telangana department for various water-related activities. Thank you. I'm really happy and honored to be part of this initiative.
Thanks, Shaili. Shaili will represent as a state vice president for Telangana, as she opted for it. But she's working on more states, like many of you are working on other states. So and I'm really looking forward to knowing about you more and learning about you. This is our first meeting. So thank you so much. Okay, we move on to another very close friend among my best friends, Gitanjali. If you are around and if it is not raining in Hubli and your Wi-Fi is working, please come on board and speak.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mansi, and good evening, all the wonderful ladies who are working close with water. I'm basically from Gulbarga, Karnataka, but as of now, I'm based at Hubli. My background is that of an architect, urban designer, but my interest has all along been into heritage, especially cultural landscapes. And so with that, apart from teaching, I had this opportunity to work for Archaeological Survey of India and State Archaeological Department to do the cultural resource mapping of, state declared heritage cities, almost around 14 cities and towns in Karnataka. And another project which brought which brought me closer to water was the whole process of UNESCO nomination for the sites of Badani and Ayahole, which happens to be on the bank of River Malaprabha. So in the last 20 years, I have ended up virtually mapping more than 300 to 400 traditional water systems, and I see the pathetic states of those water bodies. And through the studios, which Mansi has all along been a part of it, drawing the water plan for cities of twin cities of Hubli and Dharwad, or be it linking the existing Kare system of Bidar, or for that matter, Bijapur, and then trying to see how that can be revived so that it can take care of the present water requirement of the city. So this has, by doing this, I am trying to also sensitize the students because they get to work on the ground. And I believe very strongly that these students who are being given a taste of a holistic understanding and sensitizing of the built environment will be more sensitive when it comes to handling water, especially urban water, or maybe for that matter, rural water. Thank you, Mansi. And this is a great honor to be on this, on WICCI. And I believe that such excellent group of people, I'll have a great learning to do, as well as I'll do my best to reach out to as many women in the smallest of the small places in Karnataka. Thank you.
Thanks, Geeta. Thank you so much. I know Geeta for more than 20 years now, so we are almost buddies. And she will represent WICCI state president of Karnataka, and she has very well network, as she mentioned. So we are actually anticipating that all state presidents are making a big network of other women leaders, which she has already started, and maybe she can guide other state leaders how to do that. Thank you so much. I see in the chat box from Garima. Garima, I'm just trying to see how many slides I have to flip through to get you there. Are you around, Garima? Because I have to see where you are in the slide and I'm unable to change my slides right now. So if you can bear with me.
Mansi, I'm here. So in case you're not able to show,
Garima, I'm hearing you very, very feebly. Yeah? I'm hearing you very feebly. So can you speak louder? Or is it my... Now? Yes, I hear you.
Hear me?
Okay. Yes.
I'm saying if not possible for you to change the slides in this session, maybe I could join in the next session.
Sure, as you wish, but I will try to do that as soon as possible. But I'm just seeing how to go there because I think it's a bit behind. We will have to return. So please bear with me because she has some health issues. So we go to her first. We can be a little bit more accommodative and organizing in this manner. Okay, Garima, I am now getting a bit nervous that whether you're... Yes, Garima, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, Mansi, for making this accommodation. So I've been working in the waste management sector for about 6 years now. Most recently, I was working in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands where I started something called the Kachre Wale project. The idea was that Andamans is a very, very special ecology. And unfortunately, because of absolutely no management of waste, the place was getting a lot of landfills. There are tiny islands, which have roads. I mean, the longest road, for example, at Neil Island is 7 kilometers. And it still has a huge landfill. And there are a lot of hotels that are dumping their waste in the forest. Andamans is also mostly dependent on rainwater and groundwater. So the presence of landfill is a cause of concern because groundwater is getting contaminated. And also there are a lot of wetlands, birds come all the way from Siberia. Their habitats are also getting destroyed. And thirdly, the water in the ocean is, Andaman's water is one of the most polluted in the world when it comes to microplastics. So I'm hoping that through my work in waste management, some advocacy can be done to reduce this kind of impact for the ocean and groundwater. And I hope that this can, such work gets more, more people get inspired to do such work in places like Andaman, which are very far off, distant, and people don't usually think about them. And in this way, perhaps we can preserve our special ecologies a little longer. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Garima, and we wish you a speedy recovery. And we are very delighted to have you because often it goes out of people's mind about these tiny, beautiful islands in the country. So Garima is going to represent Andaman and Nicobar Islands as a state president. And we are all there to support you. You have to just tell us how would you like us to support in your cause. Okay, so thank you very much. I will return to our original roster because then it is easier for me to really do that way. Otherwise, I lose track of what's happening. Okay, sorry about this thing, a little bit of readjustments, but I think we all understand this. You can also see your turn coming up, so that's also very interesting. Okay, we now move to, sorry, Radhika, are you around? Radhika? Yes, no? Because I am not really checking participants. So
I don't
maybe...
think she's around.
Okay. Vidya, are you around?
Yes, Mansi, I'm here.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, hi. Hi, everybody. I'm Vidya. And as you can see in this one, I'm really, really impressed with the kind of people who I'm meeting over here, because it's really exciting to see the various kind backgrounds you guys come from and the kind of work that you're doing. And I really look forward to being, talking to you guys and doing a lot more in the field where we can make an impact. So I have basically done my master's from in environmental science and environmental management and development. And I've been working with IVMI and ICRISAT in Hyderabad for quite a few years now, and mostly on water projects, because in IVMI I was working on the IVMI Tata program, which was looking at water projects across, especially the groundwater programs. And at ICRISAT, I was doing more of the science communication, which was communicating what research is being done into a common person's language, so that it becomes more accessible to more people and they understand what's the research that's being done. I was also with Saki Waters in Hyderabad, and this was a very interesting project which we were looking at water quality with respect to drinking water, because those areas where we were working in Bihar and Assam were heavily contaminated with arsenic groundwater, and that was what people were drinking. And the cases of cancer was rising and all that. So I've been involved in water for quite a while, and also in terms of science communication, that's another area that I'm very interested in. I'll be taking up a new position from this month onwards, 15th onwards, at the Azim Premji University, and we'll be working on climate change issues. So water is very much part of this one. I'll be working with Harini, who is known for her, in contribution in nature and urban lakes, and she's done so much of work. So I'm really excited with this new chapter in my life, both in terms of Azim Premji as well as being associated with WICCI, and look forward to joining and doing a lot of constructive work. Thank you.
Thanks, Vidya. Thank you so much, and congratulations for joining APU. Do convey my regards to Harini. We know each other very well, so I'm
Sure,
sure
Mansi.
we will find something to do together as well through WRC.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So Vidya will be representing City President of Bengaluru. We move on to Preeti, another dear friend. Preeti, go ahead. Preeti, are you around? I saw you.
She's there. She's mute.
Okay, unmute yourself, please. I am not unmuting anyone. Huh? People are doing it themselves. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening. It's really exciting to be with so many wonderful women, and it's like amazing to see so much of work is actually going on in water sector. I work on the pollutant part of the water, the pollution or the chemical free kind of living. It's more about the lifestyle choices than working on water, and how our lifestyle is actually affecting the water quality. So we are working in the sector of this chemical free living, and to be specific, it's a bioenzyme. And recently we have formed this organization called Bioenzyme Entrepreneur Academy. So here we are, the bioenzyme is a solution in itself for a lot of issues, ecological issues, from whether it's a soil or water or the air, or we can talk the entire biodiversity kind of thing. So, it's like this itself is a solution in itself. And we are trying to promote a lot of entrepreneurs across India in different districts, different villages, everywhere, where people can make livelihood out of this bioenzyme, and help others also to live more of these toxic-free living. The kind of chemicals is suffocating our water system. This is where we are focusing on. We are working a lot of projects across India, basically on reviving restoration of water ecology, of lake or river or well. So here we are, and look forward to get associated with more and more women in this line, and let's see how do we proceed further. Thank you.
Thanks, Preeti. Thank you for bringing up the point of bioenzyme, because that is also something many women do already at their home scale, but Preeti is helping to upscale. So if anybody is doing it, we also have more from your fraternity. Let's move on. Thank you. She will be also Vice President Bengaluru, City Vice President, but I'm also encouraging her to start her own new Council of Bioenzyme in the WICCI itself. So let's see. Okay. Anuja, are you around? Because you were in another meeting, I suppose.
She's there. She's connected.
Okay, Anuja.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
We hear you, we see you.
Okay, fine. So, hello everyone. I'm super excited to be part of this amazing and, most honorable, what should I say, convening of excellent women. They are doing so much work. I have not been a water, I've not been part of water conservation, but I've been a special educator and counselor. And since I've come back to India, I'm located in Pune, and have been part of Warrior Moms, and with, advocating and taking steps for clean air. It has been kind of a journey that had to turn this way, because my daughter's studying to be a marine archaeologist, and between her and me, it was a pact that by the time she finishes her degree, I would have taken my steps in water conservation, because I do not want the ocean to be dirty and people to drink clean water. That is a very important thing, just as important as them breathing clean air. So this is my these are my baby steps, but I do all the other sustainable practices like carry your own water bottle and making bioenzymes at home, practicing zero waste lifestyle, and I'm here to learn from all of you. Thank you so much, Mansi. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Anuja. You bring out a very important aspect, which we are also going to discuss when we go detail to learn about each of your work, because the focus is on being women in the practice. And that Anuja just touched upon very slightly, but I think we will go more in depth later on. Thanks, Anuja. And it was good to meet you first time in Pune.
Yes, take care.
Okay, we move on to Shweta. Are you around?
She's not there, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
So we move on to Paromita. I think I saw you. Paromita, are you around?
Yeah, I'm around.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone, all wonderful and ladies who are working on water. And it's a really honor to be part of this forum. And I believe we all can collaborate. And it's so different areas of expertise. And as Mansi rightly mentioned that, we are confined only with research. I'm a research professor. So a lot of young minds are working with me in water sector. I work on legacy and emerging contaminants, their fate, transport, remediations. And with COVID, we have initiated this wastewater-based epidemiological surveillance to come up with some markers to track the early signaling of the viral spread. So we are doing that and sending the policy briefs to the government of India in various projects. So I feel like it's a wonderful community that I am introduced to. And thank you so much, Mansi, for having me in this group. You all are most welcome to my lab in SRM University, and I wish to collaborate with all of you in whatever direction it is possible. And we have also started working on microplastics. So whoever wants to do something, like we can do the scientific part, and the policy and the rest of the phases can be taken up by collaborative partners. So very happy to be here, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Paromita. We are also very proud to have you, to be honest, because we need hard scientists to give us the facts to go and talk to the people and go on the ground. So you see how we can really come together in this tongue and groove manner, this very important joint which we use in architecture, by the way. And that's
absolutely. And we can go for this joint projects because we have policy people, we have scientists. So we are a wonderful team. We can go for projects. And I do work in rivers starting from Ganges to here in Tamraparani, Kaveri, including Karnataka part of Kaveri and Musi River, Godavari, Krishna, like not only just in Tamil Nadu, we are working in river networks across the country because as you know, professors have students from all across the country. So it's really wonderful, and definitely it would be a very, very good opportunity to collaborate with all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Paromita will represent State President of Tamil Nadu. So thank you so much for accepting to be with us with your already busy schedule of students and academics. So we move on to the next person, and we have our dear Vanitha. I'm very excited to meet you, honestly speaking. I read your work a little bit. Please introduce yourself. I saw you were around.
Yes. Hi, Mansi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm part of an NGO, Sirutuli, which in Tamil means small drops. We have been doing a lot of work, started off with a lot of fear, with a lot of desperation 20 years ago, when there was, we literally hit the rock bottom of our aquifers, where even at 1,200 feet, there was no water. And there was absolutely no awareness as far as the river was concerned. River Noyal is the river that flows through the city. And we are very fortunate that we are very strategically located at the doorstep of the Western Ghats. We are hardly 25 kilometers away from the Western Ghats, and we have all the streams flowing through the Western Ghats and forming the river, Noyal. We had almost lost the river. That's when a few corporates got together and we decided that we need to do something before the whole place becomes a desert. Where there was no water at 1,200 feet, today we have water at 200 feet. We have rejuvenated more than 30 water bodies, and within the city, due to rapid urbanization, we have lost out on space where the water can flow and water can percolate into the aquifers. So more than 800 rainwater harvesting structures have been created. But most important is not just water, is to create awareness among the people. What we find is people think as long as water is going to flow through your tap, you're going to get water. They don't realize another 10 years from now or 20 years from now, every trickle is going to matter. So we have been creating a lot of awareness, especially among the student community, among the corporates, among the residential associations on the need to conserve water, and to also ensure that they do their bit to save every drop of water. And I'm glad to say that Sisterhood has become a movement in this part of the country. And we have a lot of NGOs which have followed suit, which have taken up water conservation and also rejuvenation of water bodies. We take water bodies so much for granted. We take so much of rainwater for granted. And we don't realize how much of rainwater can be saved. If Israel can save, we can do wonders with just 100 millimeters of rainfall. I think we have a lot of water on our hands. And most important, I'm very happy that I'm part of this group because there are so many technical experts who've been doing phenomenal work in the field of water. And I think it's going to be a great learning experience. And we also look at afforestation, urban afforestation through the Miyawaki forests, wherever reserve sites are available. We look at them as rainwater harvesters. And we have seen phenomenal results coming out of borewells in and around the urban afforestation sites. So I'm looking forward. This is going to be a very exciting journey for me, being a part of this great group. Thank you, Mansi. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Vanita. Thank you so much. We are also excited to have you as Vice President Tamil Nadu. And we are assuming both of you and Paramita, will also expand the network and bring out more women leaders. Okay. We move on to another very close friend, Shalini. I see your haircut has changed, so I hope I recognize you. Yes, now we are like sisters. Earlier we were friends. Go ahead, Shalini.
Thank you so much, Nancy. I think I'm like overwhelmed to see so many different women and across the country. It is an honor to be part of this group. I started my journey in the water sector with working as a full-time activist with WICCI years back, some 25 years back. And now I live in Chennai and see the urban setting as a thriving place to work on water. I'm associated with the Peer Water Exchange, which works a lot of work on water, and we have a small group of very young people, all ecology educators, and they want to do a lot of work on climate change, they want to do a lot of work on water, and I kind of mentor them, and I'm sure this group will help mentor a lot of young people, and I'm really looking forward to a very good collaboration over there. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shalini. I am looking forward to coming and seeing more things you are doing and also doing things together. It's just at the doorstep now that we start working together. Thank you so much for being, accepting this position for City President of Chennai, because Chennai needs strong people like you. Okay, Chandni, are you around?
Yes, Mansi.
Yes, you are going to teach all of us how to put that wiki also. Thank you so much
surely.
for bringing also many networks. So Chandni has been also instrumental in getting many nominations for us. So thanks again in advance. Go ahead, Chandni, please.
Thank you, Mansi. It's an honor to be part of this platform. Well, by education, I'm an environmentalist, and by learning and experience, I'm a development sector practitioner working with Navjyoti India Foundation, which is one of the NGOs founded by Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am. And Regarding water, we started from one village in Gurugram district. And today we have reached out to several villages, impacting more than 50,000 villagers and creating annual groundwater recharge potential of 2.94 lakhs kiloliters of water through construction of various recharge structures, restoration of ponds, water harvesting, etc. We've also empowered almost 2,500 women through livelihood interventions at the grassroots in response to changing environmental realities. But one of the projects that we run is a Pani Police, where we bring together women from the villages and we encourage them to take ownership and raise their voices on issues of water. But whatever we do, it's all through collaborative approach. We co-create solutions along with community using design thinking approach. We work in collaboration with government agencies, with academic institutes, with other national and international organizations. And that's what our citizens model in water sector is. So thank you so much, Mansi, for having me here. And I'm also doing my PhD, which entails understanding livability in the context of urban water management systems for creating equitable, livable, and sustainable cities. And I look forward to learning from other sisters and working very closely in under your guidance and with my team member Madhumita, who's the Vice President of Haryana. So I look forward to working and expanding the work in other districts of Haryana, which is again a patriarchal society, and bringing more voices of women in the water sector. So thank you, Mansi.
Thanks, Chandni. Thank you so much. And also, you will represent as State President Haryana, and I'm sure Madhumita will be very proud of you because for all of you to know, if you want to learn how to get projects done, I think Chandni has a bit to share with all of you, how to get the USP right for your projects. So thanks a lot. So we move on to next person. We are running very late, I think, according to my calculation. So I request all of you to be precise. Thank you. Madhumita.
Thank you very much, Mansi. And it's a pride and honor to be part of such a strong forum. Thankfully, Chandni ji has already set the backdrop for us, because I am also working in the same field. Haryana is a water stressed place, and as we can see, women and water has been always connected historically. So this strong forum has the opportunity to bring the surge in the water sector. And I specifically, I am an environmentalist and I work with Gurujal Society under district administration. We have a mandate to improve groundwater table by all means, whether it is a pond rejuvenation projects or bringing consciousness among the general public, or to manage the urban water storm issues, water logging issues, so on and so forth. I would like to finish by saying water awareness is a part, definitely, but I would like to focus more on the willingness to do something. So we know the crisis is at our doorstep. Let's do something, and I'm looking forward to taking all of your advice, because we are doing so many things and you are such a diverse expertise. So looking forward to working under you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Madhumita. You are one of the rare person in the group who is representing government. So for all of you, if you want to know how to make governments work, we can also get some tips from Madhumita for other state governments as well. So it's really an honor to have you here with us. We really look forward to learning from you. We move on to the next person now. Mamta, are you around? Mamta, are you around? I guess no.
Yeah.
You are there? Oh, yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening. Thank you for giving this opportunity in this brilliant forum. I can say this is a kind of umbrella where we can work together, and we have a very multifaceted experience of each and have the individuality of their domains. So let me introduce myself. Is Dr. Mamta, working as a scientist at CSR IMMT Bhubaneswar. Basically, it's from Odisha. So I initially during my career, early career, I worked a lot on the water, particularly the water treatment for the pollution, let's say arsenic, fluoride, and other heavy metals. And in fact, we have also worked with some Australian collaborator how to mitigate arsenic in that forum, and we got some success. So basically, I hope with this forum or with the objective of this wiki, we can also find out a lot of scientific solutions of water, not only in our state, we can also approach worldwide. So hopefully this group will go together and we'll have lot of excellent news regarding the water problem in Indian context and development of indigenous technology, awareness program. We have to our lot of people through our community so that people know that okay, this is a kind of problem which need to be mitigated. Thank you, Mansi, and I really welcome all of us to this forum. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mamta. Thank you so much. You are a powerhouse, girls. You have to really look at her list of publications and even read her papers. Huh? So you will also help us to do some writing work together if many of us who are unable to write scientific work or do some work in other state, as Paromita was also mentioning. And I know your writing is very, very strong. So I'm looking forward to really doing some work together. Thank you so much, Mamta, for taking up the position of State President Odisha. And then comes our dear Sharada. Are you around, Sharada?
I don't think she's around, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, she just left, I suppose, for another meeting. Okay. Aparajita, are you around?
Oh.
No. Okay. Dr. Jyoti, are you around? Jyoti?
Yes, she is.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead. Please introduce
you hear me?
yourself. Very excited.
Yeah, very excited.
Yes, now I see you and also hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening, all of you. And I feel it very honored to be in this platform. And actually, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Jyoti. And I've done 18 years of research work on the pollution status of freshwater systems. And I worked on nearly 17 reservoirs in and around the Visakhapatnam district in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And that's in the checking of pollution status. And also, I got a Women Scientist Award from UGC Government of India. That's a 5 years Women Scientist program. There I worked for removal of heavy metals by using special organisms named as microalgae. They are phytoplankton. And by performing biosorption techniques, they performed the uptake of heavy metals removed from the industrial waste. And now I'm working with the Biodiversity Board of Andhra Pradesh. There I used to visit several villages, including the tribal areas, and where I used to organize seminars. And there I encourage the women of different sectors, both educated and uneducated. And I want to flood the message, like I want to create an increasing awareness that our freshwater resources are limited, and we need to be protected both in terms of quantity and quality. And I want to spread the key message that is water is everybody's business, which is a key message of World Water Forum. And I also working on like eutrophication of small lakes, which is getting polluted due to the release of wastewater from the sewage wastewater treatment system. Though they are not following the regular pollution control board regulations of heavy metal and including other waste disposal. So I want to try the removal of the phosphate and other nutrients which are capable of producing more amount of eutrophication in the water body systems. That is the treatment of water by using microalgae again. So with the use of water, use of the waste materials present in the water, we can grow phytoplankton, that is microalgae, and we can commercialize such grown microalgae in the field of preparation of nutraceuticals or biofertilizers, single cell proteins, etc. And thank you very much, ma'am, for giving this opportunity. And really, I'm looking forward to work with all the intellectual ladies in this group. And I wish to collaborate with more such kind of research projects if anyone grants me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you so much. You may please drop the ma'am because we become closer with Mansi, so it is easier.
Okay.
And thanks a lot. Taking up the position of state president, it also gives you a responsibility that you need to increase the network of women leaders in the state. So welcome on board, and we are really looking forward to it. I'm going to send you a bunch of industrialists who came to my office yesterday to do something with water hyacinth. So please take care of them, okay? So I'm giving your number to them. Thank you so much. Okay, Rajkumari, are you around?
I'm here, Mansi.
Yes, go ahead, dear. Please say. Yes.
Okay, hi, Mansi.
Hello.
Good evening to all the participants here. It is indeed a very great pleasure representing, I think, the only Northeast Northeasterner here, at least for now. So, I'm really proud to be part of the such a wonderful group, which is water. So I work as an additional CEO for the Watershed Management Program of Manipur. It is for the government, this one, the PMKSY WDC, the Watershed Development Component, which is funded by DOLR, government of India. So, and also we have independent project where we work for Springshed and Watershed Management. And right now, only today, we got a new project for watershed development with livelihood and alternative livelihood for Jum cultivations. It's mostly in the hilly terrains of Manipur. So working as a water scientist or as a water administrator, I work with the rural people of Manipur every day, sharing their dreams or sharing their woes of how water scarcity is hitting them, though the whole of India known the Northeast as a land full of rainfall and all, but the conservation method has been a little, like neglected or not aware. So as such, we are working really hard on the water conservation through watershed management. So in the last, the Wednesday for water in the last session I joined, that was I think in March or February, I really had a very good interaction with those lady scientists telling me that watershed management is the only, is the only factor or is the only thing which can help for water conservation. So I'm proud to say that I'm mostly leading in that field as a lady or as a woman. Basically, I am also a wetland scientist with remote sensing and GIS as expertise. So I have done lots of mapping on the hydrology of Manipur, the river mapping, and then the watershed in 8-digit code, then stream models, then potential area for, like water harvesting structures or action plan maps and everything. So both the GIS technology and the watershed management have been incorporating. So I've also helped the government of Manipur in formulating the watershed management plan for Manipur, which the CM really, the Chief Minister really appreciated and honored me with my position as an additional CEO, giving me an instant promotion. And but I'm really a very down-to-earth person and very, very aware of what is happening around in the rural sector of Manipur. As of I was a Hubert Humphrey Fellow in Cornell and have worked with great scientists like Rebecca Snyder, who have worked very aggressively in watershed management in the Mekong River Basin or the Wangho, the China, the five, and also with people who work on the Three Gorges dams and all. So and coming back with all those high-end stories and being in such a small state with a beautiful landscape, but finding the like the problem of water scarcity around is really like a paradigm shift from what we think and what is really going on in the ground. And I'm really, really thankful to Mansi, like for, honoring me with this state president. And I would really love to request you all to be, to visit Manipur and see the Loktak Lake, which I have written lots of paper. I have a published paper in international level, and I was also awarded the MAP Asia Award in Kuala Lumpur for my work in this one, Loktak Lake. So that's a brief or lengthy, or that's about me. And I'm really proud to be part of this, WICCI team, and sharing all the success stories or woes or all this wonderful experience being here. So thank you so much, Mansi. Thank you for selecting me.
Thank you, Rajkumari. It's really honored to have you. In fact, we should call you as president for the all 7 sister state, because now you have a big responsibility to find people from all the states there.
Okay. That will be an honor. That will be an honor, Mansi. That will be really an honor.
Yeah, so you have a big responsibility to bring all women leaders from all those states, and it is also very embarrassing on my part that we don't know many people from that region. So
Okay.
I will also work hard, and I think the entire team will work hard to find
I'm
people.
really sorry that I could not, introduce you, but now I have think about some good people. I can introduce to you about so I'm trying to connect with them and give the details about them to you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Anamika, I guess you are around.
He's not there.
He's not there. Okay. So we will move on. Paulumi, are you around?
He's also not there, ma'am.
Okay. Megha, are you around?
Yes.
Yes, Megha, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm Megha from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. It is an honor to be here. Over the last 15 years, I engaged on climate change resilience program and environment issue, especially working on urban water and resource management challenges and solutions. I also conducted mapping of traditional water sources like lakes and whale conservation, and influence community stakeholder to conserve water resources. At present, what I feel, my focus on mapping of traditional water sources like whale and lakes, because there is no database available on any city with any city. So my focus now is to create a database of water sources. So this I think this platform will give me an opportunity to push agenda of mapping of resources and create ownership of cities as well as government and stakeholders. So apart from this, I have an experience of working on advocacy for elderly rights and strengthen them with training and awareness program. I also motivate the community, especially women and children, on water issue and conducted regular monitoring of resources. So this is all. Thank you, Mansi, for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks, Megha, and really good to have you back on board with me to work together. And
yes.
Hardcore foot soldier, anybody who wants to mobilize community and get people on board to do any activity on the ground, you have a person here to take advice from, okay? So welcome on board, and you have a big responsibility also to increase more women power in Madhya Pradesh as a state.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thank you.
You can also drop the ma'am. Huh? You know me for so many years, Megha.
Yes, sure, sure.
Okay. Priya, are you around?
She had to leave, ma'am.
Okay. Simar, I suppose you are around. I saw you.
Yes, I'm
Go
still
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
I am Simar. I feel like a bacha in front of everybody because I've been working for water the last 7 years. And I've really, working for water is aligned to my life's purpose. And my expertise is mostly in sewage treatment at various scales. So if any of you are having lake issues, like we can do treatment, we can do zero power treatment in a decentralized way. And I'm hoping that, being a part of the council is helping me learn more and like explore more things, because people, it's all interconnected, and hopefully I was hoping that in the future we could all even come together to represent the river basins, like who's in Kaveri, who's in another Ganga Brahmaputra river basin. Like the can be one part of it. So like, how do we start looking at it on a basin scale? So so that's what I'm hoping to learn over here. In Goa, I'm trying to get people, and particularly children, involved in like owning the water bodies and the mangroves and the wetlands, because they're poisoning the wetlands here to build the Goa Heart, like construction in the water and things like that. So I need help from everybody to reach out to more women in Goa so we can have a stronger team, and also material to increase water literacy over here. And if I would like to also give as many talks on biomimicry, which is nature-inspired design, particularly looking at water innovation. So if there are any speaking opportunities, please do reach out to me. And while speaking to everybody, I got goosebumps because I realized that, there's so many battles to fight. And earlier we'd think that, this is it, like choose a battle and do it. But because we're a larger team, there's so much more we can do. So yeah, thank you, Mansi, for this opportunity, and looking forward to working with you all. Thank you. And also for people in Tamil Nadu, we're working with Piyush Manush on a reforestation project in Dharmapuri. So it'll be nice to have as many people involved. Thank you.
Thanks, Seema. Thank you so much. We have to get Piyush to give us leadership training program and how to stand for our rights and leadership. Thank you so much, Seema. And Ekta, are you around? And are you seeing in the slideshow mode? Because I'm just struggling with the slideshow. Are you seeing in the slideshow mode?
We can see Seema ma'am's slide. And
is it in the slideshow mode?
Yes.
Okay, so I have moved to Ekta, but I'm seeing that you are not seeing the change, right?
Yeah, we can't see the change.
Okay, let me just redo it. Why is it not happening? Just a moment, I will reshare. Sorry for this glitch. Okay. Ekta, are you around?
No, she's not there.
Slideshow mode? Is it in the slideshow mode now?
Yes, but we can still see Seema ma'am's slide.
Okay, you still see Seema's slide. So I should reshare. Okay. Is it in slideshow?
Yes, we can see.
Preeti, are you around?
Yes.
Preeti, are you around?
No, she's not there.
Okay. Sangeeta, are you around?
Yes.
Yeah, Mansi, I'm here.
Yes, we talked in the beginning. Please go ahead.
Hello, Mansi. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And myself, Dr. Sangeeta Singh, Assistant Professor of Zoology in a Girls PG College, belongs to Shiksha Nagari, Roorkee of Devbhoomi, Uttarakhand. And first of all, it's really a great opportunity and privilege to me to be associated with WICCI. And whenever I saw someone wasting water or polluting water body, it really hurts me. And I am associated with WICCI with this thought that I can do something in this direction. And presently, I am associated with some organizations like AFR, Alliance for River, which is committed to rejuvenate the all more than 10,000 rivers of India, and working to join the youth to make their career in this direction. And again, I am associated with Rotary International and Bharat Vikas Parishad. With Rotary, I am working with WASH program, that is water, sanitation and hygiene, to encourage a holistic integrated approach in which water is not the end in itself, but is rather the means to a better life and livelihood in the community. This action links water and sanitation to improve hygiene, better health and empowerment of the community, especially women, irrigation, agriculture and education and literacy. With Bharat Vikas Parishad, I am associated with Ganga Ghat Swachhata, Mahila and Bal Vikas programs, especially with anemia and menstrual hygiene, and to promote the Indian cultural activities. In our area, we have some ponds which are now the dumping place and shrinking and shrinking. We are working to rejuvenate and conserve them with help of some NGOs. And as a professor, I'm creating awareness among my students and the youth, and as well as the society, to conserve and the management of water. And I'm really looking forward to work with WICCI, and it's really a pleasure to me to associate it with you. Thank you, Mansi.
Thanks, Sangeeta, and looking forward to meeting you next month. So we will do some things together and talking. Okay.
Sure,
Sajina?
sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Sajina, are you around?
Yes.
Yes, Mansi, I'm here.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Good evening to all. Myself, Sajina Bhimani. I am from Kutch, Gujarat. I am hydrogeologist, and I am working in Kutch, Gujarat since last 17 years. I have done my PhD in groundwater management for coastal region, and majorly I am associated with capacity building of rural community and Bujal Jankar, and working intensively on programs on participatory groundwater management. So in India, very few organizations are working on groundwater management, and ACT, we are one of them. And we have evolved the participatory groundwater management concept in 2007-8. And then we have demonstrated the concept on field in Kutch coastal region. And now it is very well accepted and successful concept. And now we are demonstrating that concept in Atal Bhujal Yojana. That is the program funded by Jal Shakti Mission and by Government of India, funded by World Bank. So majorly I am working in participatory groundwater management, as groundwater is the invisible resource and getting very low intention, very less intention among the NGOs and as well as in government programs, while our most of the water demand is getting from groundwater. So our major focus is on groundwater management, and we are extending our services in other parts of Gujarat and other states also. So I am very much happy to be a part of this forum. Thank you, Mansi, for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sajina. In fact, we are grateful that you have joined here with your such busy schedule. Hardcore, grassroots worker. So you can just reach out to learn the nuances, how to mobilize community, just like Megha, as I was mentioning, and long history of working with the community on groundwater, as you rightly mentioned. All the tricks and tactics, Sajina can help us to mobilize community and do things on the ground. Thank you. Thank you for being state president of our state, Gujarat.
Yeah, thank you.
Alka? Alka, are you around?
Yes.
Alka?
She was there.
Yes, I'm here.
अच्छा, आवाज बहुत धीरे है. My dear Alka, another close friend of mine who is on board, and a very unique field. Alka, please say. कुछ बोलो नहीं तो मुझे बोलना पड़ेगा.
Thank you, Mansi. I'm really privileged to be part of this group and kind of overwhelmed to see the kind of expertise which are part of this group, and I'm sure I'm going to benefit from this. So thank you, Mansi, for persistingly, telling me to be here. Thank you so much. So I have been working on water issues for many years now, and my approach has been on both fronts. One is on constructive fronts, and second is on disruptive fronts, what I would call activism. So wherever I feel that, somewhere you have to become watchdogs and tell governance and government both that what could be the people's approach. So I would bring in that. Or else the other approach which I have been pursuing through the years is creating pilots, which leads to policies. So with these efforts, I've been part of a kind of founding member of creating an interface institution between communities and the government, which works on coastal salinity. After that, I moved on to work on wastewater issues, and right now I am in the process of creating some pilot which I can exhibit to the government. as a a policy intervention which could lead to some policy changes. I have heard of many people here who would actually can help me, support me, and also really clarify my doubts in my subject to take it forward. And I would really require their support for this, and I would reach out to them. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alka. Thanks for being here. And it's so lovely to have you. Finally, I convinced you after so many years of knowing you. Huh? But you see that we have to work together and make an impact. That's an important point why we are together. Yeah.
Thanks, Mansi.
Yeah. Rekha, are you around?
No, ma'am, she's not there.
Okay. Garima, we have completed. Now comes our National Vice President, my dear Nivedita. Are you around?
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening,
Yes.
wonderful ladies. Good evening, inspiring lady of this and team leader of our WICCI Water Resource Council, Dr. Mansi. Really, you are an instrumental lady in this our particularly platform, with whom I have been associated since last 1 year. But I feel the moment I'm with her, talking to with her, I feel a typical magic flowing in my body, and immediately I will jump to the topic by whatever she will be asking me. So thank you very much, Mansi, for giving me such type of energy in my body. Now coming to myself, Nivedita Sahu, working as a scientist in a CSIR lab, IICT, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology at Hyderabad. I have been associated in research since last 16 years, but truly associated in water, wastewater, and of course in seawater, where I have been doing large-scale cultivation using macro and micro algae. So in this particular group, I have been seeing lot of different multifaceted topics have been shared with the various talented, wonderful sisters. And I feel this association will help me, and I will be also utilized through Mansi in an instrumental way to help all our water leaders in solving water, wastewater problem. And one more thing, here we all are talking about water, wastewater, so many things. In water, one very essential thing was I just wanted to put a light on that. In medical also we need medical science, particularly in medical industry we need water. That water we need in a sterile form. That should be very pollution free. Means the sterility should be so high grade that not a trace of any microbial contamination, any virus, any endotoxin will be seen. So I'm also working in that type of sterile water which can be used to all pharmaceutical applications for making saline, for making dialysis. And recently I am involved in a very low cost dialyzer making for kidney related patients. They will be through our technology we started to reach the common man of our country who are suffering with kidney failure disease. So with this I will end here, and thank you very much for giving such type of wonderful opportunity to join in this platform where I seek a lot of interaction from all our sisters today on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Nivedita. I think all of us have to use the word responsibility than the word opportunity, because you are the leader. So this is a big change I think I'm seeking from all of you. I will quickly go to Kruti. If you are around, if you can just give me a shout, then I will move to you as the last cadet for today.
Hello,
Kruti,
ma'am.
are you around?
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Okay, please go ahead and talk about yourself. I will have to bring your slide back, so bear with that. You can start talking.
Hello, everyone. I may be one of the youngest member over here. So I'm currently pursuing my master's study in landscape architecture from CEP University. I had an opportunity to work with water on several projects in my bachelor's as well as my master's program. So I belong to a small coastal village in South Gujarat, because of which I selected my research project to be around the coastal development and with communities from Daman. So that is where I engaged with the community and water in the first place. And till now, the study has only been limited to research work and writing, but I would definitely like to engage with the community and work on field as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Kruti. For all of you to know that she will be always open to take up any groundwork, research work, if you have anything to do around on water related areas or even development related areas. Thank you. And sorry, I had to take you at the end because when your turn was, I could not really work on the PowerPoint and you were not around that time. So thank you so much. I will bring a closure here, but I need to also do a bit of introducing myself, which is actually taken up by all of you by saying thank you, which was not anticipated. So my time is up to say anything about what I do, but importantly, I am here to learn from what you are doing. As I mentioned, you all are the water leaders, and I'm super excited to just learn what you are doing. You know, it's like any performance. When you do a performance on the stage, you always appreciate that there are people who are looking at your performance. So here I am with you. You need any help and any work or any activities to work around on water, I will be there to answer your questions, but there are some ground rules which I would like to put here. I don't know what's happening with my PowerPoint as my name came up. So you can already see what is going around. Do you see my slides? Yeah. So I would like to just put some house rules before we end the conversation here today. And the house rule are basically related to how we conduct ourselves. I don't know what's happening with my slides. They're just running around. Sorry for this mess. But importantly, two slides, I have to set up a goal for myself as the President of Water Resource Council. But similarly, I'm anticipating that all of you will set up your goals for 2 years and tell us what you would like to do in 2 years and present to us in the coming sessions, which we are going to organize. That's part of my goal as well, and with my team. So we are going to go through the house rules very quickly. All the emails have to go through wicci.wrc@gmail.com. And whenever you are sent any emails, please do not CC to all as a response. You must just send to one so that everybody is not bothered, unless and until you think the message is important for all. Please try to meet your WICCI sisters wherever you go, so and also explore possibilities of working together. We are setting up social media account for this. So whenever you are doing any work or you get awards and all, please try to tag us. We will give you the information soon. Important house rule is also in the WhatsApp activities. Please send your queries in the group and not individually to me, so that we become more efficient, because many people have similar queries. So I can answer there and anyone else also can answer each other. So it becomes faster. If you are sending any kinds of wishes or any celebrations or anything happening, or somebody gets an award and posts it, and you want to send it reciprocated, just do it from all to all, so that we become again efficient. So these are some house rules to do the digital engagement with each other, but there are bigger rules which we discussed also in beginning as roles and responsibilities of working together. We definitely like to hear what are your 2 years plan as position holders, and we will give you some time. So we start from 6th of June, reaching out to each one of you and set to see what your set targets are, apart from knowing more about you in terms of your bio, in terms of your work, which is the work which we wish to do with you. So that's also my work actually in 2 years, that I will come to you and learn how you are working and try to see how we can publish that work. I have set up a target for 100 women leaders, identifying in 2 years. and bring them together in the network. We have already identified 41, including me, in this forum right now. And then there are 15 also in the round 2, which we will get included. So this is a personal target. Similarly, this is just a sample for you to see. Similarly, I am hoping that you will also set up your personal targets. Just to give a clarification, because this is women in leadership position, you are already a leader, so we are assuming that you will continue your work, and this is your additional role and responsibility as being WICCI position holder. So your more role is on actually bringing more women leadership on board and also nurturing them and helping them to do their activities. So this is an additional responsibility, I will say. And that's why I was very curious why people are talking about opportunity, because it's more about responsibility, So please take it in that manner and in a sporting manner, because you know how weak our women representation in water is. We are also planning to do leadership training program for all of us. I'm already in communication with some institutes. It will happen sometime in these 2 years, but as my 2 years plan. And then we are starting to do this Monday musings with all of you, one by one, and you can join, or you may look at the recordings later on, where we will reach out to each one of you and try to see how you work, what you work on, what are the opportunities and challenges, and how you solve those nuances. And then we will also learn from you what are your plans to do leadership activities in the next 2 years. This initiative will be supported by W4W Foundation, where Wednesdays for Water is also part of the game. So this is where I actually brought you all together. So I really want to thank all of you, because my deep concern is not that women are not working on ground. There are several women working on ground in water. My concern is that why their voice and visibility is so bleak in the water section policy and program. So you guys continue working on what you are best at, but we should try to amplify each other's work and also stay as collective to really bring this impact in the society that gender matters, gender inclusion is very important to water decisions, and so on and so forth. And many of you realize that water management is society management, and which is where women becomes very crucial part of it. And I will reinstate the fact that you guys are doing very good work in your own field. Continue doing that. But this is an additional responsibility of nurturing more women leaders, because we want to reduce the gender gap in water sector, and that will be the prime agenda also for me for 2 years in this position. So as Swamprabha was talking about, the inspiration also came from the very project which Swamprabha did talk about, that we want to take up this Monday talking with all of you, where we are going to really reach out and then eventually document all of you in 2 years' time, your work, and then, as I mentioned, 100 women. So that's a 2 years plan from my end. We are looking forward to your 2 years plan and also learn in detail what you work on, where you will have more time to talk about what your endeavors are, what kind of challenges you have, and so on and so forth. So I like to thank all of you for really taking out time, and also apologize for taking more time than I anticipated for all introductions, meeting, and greetings. Thank you all, and all those who are not from WICCI and also participated in this event. We thank all of you from all the WICCI sisters. Please take care of yourself. If you have any questions, we will take it in the group. Because we are running short of time, I think we have to skip all the question and answer sessions. So if there are any burning questions, we can take up. Otherwise, we can say goodbye, because I know many women also have to cook, including me. Thank you so much.
We haven't met Mr. Sanjay Gupta is on. Mr. Sanjay Gupta is on the group, and I was wondering we didn't get to meet him.
Sanjay Gupta ji, yes, I can hear you, Simar.
We never got to meet him.
Okay, you meet him now. Okay, so Women Platform brings Mr. Gupta here. Thank you all for this wonderful session and also coming together. Please take care of yourself. We will communicate further in email or WhatsApp, and try to reach out to each other and see your expertise. We are going to share this presentation with all of you. so that you know who is in which field and what expertise they are. We are also going to share with you the positions and the email IDs and the contact numbers, so that when you are traveling or when you are doing any project with and you would like to reach out to X-person, you can straight away do that. You do not require any in-between person to really decide who you want to work with. So feel free, you make use of this sisterhood, as rightly mentioned by both Harbeen and Bhakti. And I also want to stress upon that, make use of this collective strength, because you guys are doing work at your own level, and you know how difficult it is to work at an individual level. And when you have a large group, it's like a honeybee network. So please see it that way and make use of this strength. Thank you very much, and please take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mansi. Good night.
Bye. Good night, people.
Bye.
Cooking time.